Okay, what's up? This is Metal Nate, and I am here with Trevor from the Black Dahlia Murder. How's it going?
Good, man. Thanks for having me here.
And how are you guys doing today? You're driving all the way up to Bucksport. I mean, I know it's out of the way.
That's cool, man. I mean, it's really scenic. Last time there was a little bit of rain when we came up, and today there wasn't, so it was cool. And we're glad to be back. It's only our third time in Maine ever. You know, we get around the States a lot, so it's cool. We're trying to get everywhere. We have fans all over the place, and the reception here has been really cool. So.
And this is the Kave. Second time you're playing the Kave.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys like this venue?
Yeah, it's cool. It's like just a mom and pop kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's cool to see the community kind of coming together to have a venue, in spite of you know what I mean. It's not in the city necessarily, but I mean it's cool. I like how it's tucked away, and it's beautiful here. It's different.
Yeah, totally. So your last album, Deflorate, that came out over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And are you going to be hitting the studio again after this tour, or do you have more tours in store?
No, this will be the last one. We're wrapping it up, and then we'll be working on the new stuff. Kind of go into hiding for a while, and we're not usually one of those bands that kind of reports every step of the way what we're doing. Because usually when we go into the studio, we like to kind of just disappear and let the kids talk for a while. You know what I mean, and wonder what's happening. But we'll definitely be emerging with some new stuff. There's already some stuff in the works, and so. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's insane to be on the verge of making a fifth record. I remember when it was my dream just to make one album. You know what I mean? Just like as a personal goal. Man, it'd be so fucking cool to have my CD with my shit on it. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just insane that it's all come to this level, and you know what I mean. We're on tour all the time, and it's just been cool. It's been really, really fun.
Cool. Okay, so now I get to the more random questions, because I was trying to come up with some, as I said, that weren't what you normally hear.
Right.
So I'm not going to ask you a lot about Deflorate. It's been out for a year. I think the album's going to speak for itself. But if you could tour with any band, past or present, who would you tour with?
There's a lot, man. I mean, I like a lot of different kinds of music. I guess who I'd want to see the most ever would probably be like Black Flag, maybe 1981, 82 in there. They're a huge inspiration to me. Probably the main reason I wanted to get into touring and stuff, and kind of help me understand what touring was going to be like, and that it's not a glamorous thing whatsoever, and just the ethic that they had as a band was inspiring, so I have the bars here tattooed on me, and I like their music a lot too, but the whole ethics of the band, and the how they kind of laid the blueprints for DIY, and the touring path that we all take, all the bands that go around the States, was in some ways laid by them, in communications that they had with different venues and shit like that. So it's pretty insane that they've had that much of an impact. So, and plus the footage I've seen of them, they're really intense live band. So
Cool.
Would be cool to see.
Yeah. And what band or bands do you listen to that might surprise listeners?
There's probably a lot, man.
Lady Gaga? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think Lady Gaga's that bad as far as some shit that's out there, man, as far as pop stuff goes. But Knight probably has Lady Gaga on his iPod, to tell you the truth. I wouldn't be surprised. But, I mean, there's no shame in that if you knew half the shit that we have going on in our van. But it's not metal all the time, but there is a lot of metal, We definitely, keep up on death metal specifically. A lot of black metal stuff too, but we all have our guilty pleasures. I think Harry Connick Jr. is probably the fruitiest thing I have on my iPod. That's pretty rough too, man.
No, that's cool. I'm not gonna diss that. I listen to a bunch more.
Hey, man, it's all about. There was a time when I don't know. I was so anal retentive that I thought you could only listen to metal all the time when I was young, and but I just. Weed especially broadened my horizons to a lot of music. Just the production of stuff, you know what I mean? Good recordings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's stuff that has a way bigger budget than metal could ever dream of, because it's like mainstream shit. Sometimes that stuff sounds pretty good when you're out of your gourd. So that's all I gotta say about that.
And if you couldn't play metal for a living, what would you be doing right now?
Well, I was going to school for English. I was an English major, and I left college on my fourth year, and I was hoping to get into some kind of journalism that had to do with metal. So it's the only thing I really like, you know what I mean? So I would still be involved in music somehow, I would imagine, hopefully.
What school did you go to?
I went to Oakland University in Michigan.
Okay.
I was a Golden Grizzly, man.
Yeah, it's cool in our mascot. So.
I was never,
Yeah,
no, I was never a
we're
school
mules.
guy. Mules, that's cool.
We're sterile.
Asses,
Yeah, pretty much.
that's it.
We're sterile asses.
Sterile asses.
What 3 items do you have to have with you when you're on tour?
iPod, weed, computer.
Okay. Valid items. What's the worst thing about always being on tour, and then the best thing?
The worst thing is just, the hardest part of it is never getting adequate sleep. Like by the end of a tour, you're just like a zombie, man, because you've been sleeping 3 hours a night, you know, and drinking and playing a bunch of crazy shows and sweating your ass off, and you know, it just wears you down. So it seems like there's never enough time to sleep. That's the part I don't like about it. Otherwise, I think it's cool. You know, I get to meet new people. I get to be around music constantly and kind of exist in this world rather than the real world of responsibility and stuff like that. You know, so I can't ask for anything more than that. So
Okay.
pretty tight.
What do you do when you're not on tour or recording?
I spend a lot of time in my robe. We're not home that much, so you know. I mean, we're gone typically 8 months of the year, just spread out, you know, a few weeks off here or there. We just took 2 months off, though, over the summer. That was the first 2 months we've ever had off since 2003 when we started touring. So, yeah, a lot of robe time, a lot of just sitting around. I went to a couple barbecues at Brian's. I don't know, I've been raging out a lot lately. I've been single for the last while, so I've been out trying to spit game at the ladies.
How's that going?
Not at home, it doesn't work at all because the band does not apply to them at home. They're like, yeah, we saw you when you were a little douchebag. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a small place where I'm from, you know, I'm sure it's like you guys know everybody here, you know what I mean? It's the same kind of shit where I'm from, so I have no game whatsoever at home.
Oh.
Like, I remember when you had an undercut like Jason Newsted, white glasses. And it's all true, man. Fuck. I can't help it. If you can't tell, I'm a nerd. I was really a nerd when I was in school. Like, doubly crazy nerd. Like, dice rolling nerd.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
D20s, get your D20s
Yeah,
going?
hell yeah.
Burning hands, casting out some of that?
Yep, throwing down a few, I was always the fighter, you know.
Oh, okay.
I,
No matching missiles?
no magic missiles, but you need somebody to throw those, you know. You gotta conspire with somebody that's into the mystic arts, you know. I haven't even played D&D since the company that owns Magic bought it, you know.
Oh, yeah, Wizard.
Yeah, dude. I haven't played it since it was owned by TSR, like, 2nd edition, so that's how fucking old I am. 29, baby. Farting dust. But I haven't played D&D in years, man. To tell you the truth, I miss it, man. It was fun. And I have these dreams that, like, we're gonna get a tour manager that is also a dungeon master, so we can sit in the back of the van and fucking
Why don't you make that a requirement?
roll dice. I don't know. We should, man. We'd be like, Martin, I think you gotta have a really big cock.
You need to pick up
It's
D&D
about,
and
yeah, exactly. You need to, I'm gonna give him the book, like, you need to read the Dungeon Master's rule book
roll the dice.
and, you know, memorize it, 'cause you're gonna be our Dungeon Master. Or else. Because, man, there are times we literally are driving for like 15 hours in a day.
Oh,
we'll have
God.
a day off, we're just in there, smoking as much weed as humanly possible, so you're just like out of your skull. So you're just laying next to a bunch of dudes until your body is like atrophied, you know what I mean? Like you went to space or something. You're just like, oh. So if we were all just, you know, pretending we were fucking lizard wizards and, you know, knights and fucking thieves and shit, and doing some lock picking, some bend bars, lift gates, you know. Who knows? I think it could pass the time pretty good. It did when I was fucking 12.
That's
And
okay.
I never crossed over the worlds of weed in D&D. I can see that really coming together in a nice way.
I think I just discovered why D&D is so popular.
Yeah, dude. I think that would help explain a lot of adults playing D&D.
Yeah.
Just imagine some dudes with like the horseshoe, you know, like in their mom's basement, on a card table, smoking weed with a roach clip, really small roaches, listening to Rush. I'm sure it's happening like so many different places right now. The exact combo.
Definitely. So, 2 more questions. In the UK, you just did Heavy Metal Festival, and before that, you had the Bone Crusher tour. How were those 2 events for you guys? That must have been a big thing for you guys.
That was cool, man. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger over there in the mainland and in the UK. You know, it's kind of mirroring how it's been for over here, you know, which has been like a snowball, man. We just keep trying to make good decisions and keep touring the smartest places we can, try to be everywhere and be highly visible. And, you know, it's starting to pay off here, and it's paying off there too. You know, it's starting to come around. So that Heavy Fest was cool. We did a few other festival appearances over the last while, but yeah, I enjoy playing over there a lot, man. Especially Bone Crusher was in the winter. Winter time is kind of hard in Europe, as you would imagine. You know what I mean?
I think any time is kind of hard.
Yeah. Touring in the winter sucks pretty much everywhere. I mean, obviously in the South here in the States, it's no big deal, but up here, I know shit gets fucking brutal.
Oh yeah.
In Michigan, shit can get pretty brutal too. Not quite as brutal, but.
I think that explains why all these bands like this week and next week are coming through now rather than next month.
Yeah, you know, we'll probably, well, for once we won't be on tour in the winter, but normally we just plow right through it. I mean, one time we fucking flipped our trailer when we were in Montreal.
Yeah, I saw the video after
Yeah,
that.
that sucked, man.
There was an interview on YouTube.
Yeah, when we got to the show after that. That's the interview where I dissed ICP, and then it became this famous fucking thing. All these juggalos started like sending hate mail to me and shit. Dude, seriously, it's awesome as fuck. They're like,
Someone
"Fuck you, motherfucker!" It's like all caps with like the most retarded like punctuation you've ever seen. It's like,
well, look at their fan base.
it's like, oh my lord, don't get me started. I'll get myself assassinated by one of these fools, man. Fucking get me started on a tirade.
I won't.
Well, because I mean, like, you have to understand my exposure to them has been extremely prolonged, being from Michigan. Like, I've been dealing with juggalos since 1992. No shit. It's like, they broke out, like, when they got on Hollywood Records, I think, and, like, Slash played on the record or whatever, and I was like, I can't believe this bullshit is getting to this level.
I can't believe Slash played on their record.
Why would he do that?
They're like white trash rap.
I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Anyway.
But,
Anyway, I can see the crosshairs on my face right now. They have enough, dude. They have enough money to get me killed, man. You have no idea.
Well, they did that festival where Teal Tequila was getting like.
Yeah. See, that's what's gonna happen to me, man.
That was hilarious, though.
That some juggalos are gonna show up and throw some rocks at me or something, man, until I'm dead. Anyway.
But okay. One more question, I guess. Vince actually wanted me to ask something about the videos that are up from your most recent DVD. And you guys have a crazy partying, touring lifestyle.
Well, that's what the videos would allude to, but you have to realize that it's a summary.
Okay.
And it's kind of cutting out a lot of the downtime where you're sitting there picking your ass. Literally, or you know, you're just smoking weed until you just don't know who you are or what you are for hours with your friends in silence because you're so fucking bored.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So, but tour is fun. I'm not saying it's not fun. Every night is fun for me. There's always a fun part. But getting to that fun part, there's a lot of fucking teeth pulling. And I think that's what weeds out a lot of people that tour is just the downtime, the boring fucking drives, fucking, I don't know, man. It's like agreeing to live in discomfort full time just, you know, so we can do this thing, you know what I mean? That's pretty much the agreement that we have. It's like a mutual agreement. So, I don't know. It's fun though. It's all worth it, you know?
Cool. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here. I guess that's the end of my questions, and we're getting kind of bitten by mosquitoes here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
We gotta run from these worms that are descending and these mosquitoes. And
yeah. Hell yeah. Are there worms descending?
And wicked clowns are on their way already.
Oh God. I can see the face.
This is being directly transmitted live to YouTube, and it's being watched
I'm pretty sure
right
they bugged this. They must have bugged us.
They got me. They got a chip on me, man.
Cool. Thank you very much.